You're live.
Are we live?
Please hit refresh.
On here?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see me?
Wait, it's loading. Just
Load faster!
Technically, you are live right now.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
This is
Hey guys, it's GITV.
All right.
It's Daniel, Bob, and yeah, I'm Mark.
Welcome to the live show on November 26, 2013. How come we can't see ourselves?
You can just give a second.
We want to see our
There we go.
faces.
All right.
There we go. Sweet.
All right. So this is the live show right before Thanksgiving. Pre-happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Now, we've got quite a fair few things to talk about today, but before we get into all that, why don't we at least go over the promos. First of all, we still have our 20% off coupon code. It's called Holiday20. You can type that in to get 20% off, plus, well, actually, I believe it's 20% off, no free shipping. We do have other coupon codes that give you a discount with free shipping, but it's basically up to you guys to choose what fits your purchase best. Let me close that real quick.
So the other thing that we have going on, if you guys are not aware, we are giving away Umarex H&K MP7 for free. You don't have to do anything at all, or you don't have to make any purchases to be entered in to win. All you have to do is sign up for our newsletter. So it's all over our website. If you guys are already signed up to our newsletter, you're automatically entered to win. That's going to be going until the middle of December. Once that we pick the winner, it's going to end in December, so we can make sure we can ship that gun out to the winner before Christmas. So if you guys are not signed up to our newsletter, make sure you guys do sign up. That's the best way to keep up with all the latest news, the videos, all the promotions, all that cool stuff. Plus, you have a chance to win an MP7. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like how we kind of randomly do, I guess, giveaways or just really cool things with our newsletter. So if you guys already are not signed up, or if you already are signed up, now would be a good time to at least check it if not signed up. So
we had an MP7 behind us. I wanted to play with one.
That would have been priceless. We got an MP9 now. All right. We also have a review giveaway where if you write a review, you have a chance of winning a RK03. It's basically an AK-47 style airsoft gun. Our reviews are a great way to inform our community of, just, I guess, more information on what they would want to purchase. It's really helpful just to give your experience with whatever the product is. We would ask, though, if you haven't used that product, don't review it because you obviously don't have any experience. But if you do, just give some pros, cons, and a short description of your experience with that product. So pretty simple.
Yeah, and we really want your guys' help with this one because I'm sure you guys have seen all our YouTube channels and we do reviews of products and introducing them and talking about the details of them too. But there are so many products we literally cannot do everything.
Yeah.
And so this promotion where you have a chance to win the RK103.
I believe RK03.
Yes, RK03. You are correct. We want to encourage you guys to help your fellow airsofters that if you guys are buying products, review them. Let other people know what you think. Tell them what you like. Tell them what you don't like. Tell them what it works with, what it doesn't work with. Stuff like that, too. So we really want the information to flow as much as possible. Plus, you have a chance to win a free gun.
Maritime Milsim TV. Very good to see you here. I think that's Stephen Taz. Anyway, good to see you here, Maritime Milsim TV. I was actually just looking at some messages from him on Facebook.
I saw somebody said we should do a minigun loadout. How would you do a loadout with a minigun? I would imagine it's just a minigun and just lots of BBs. I don't know what else you'd have.
If I was going to do a minigun loadout, I would probably try and replicate what I saw at Operation Red Storm 2. I saw this fellow who had brought a minigun, and John Lou was not okay with him just like walking around. He said it wasn't Milsim enough. But there were some guys with an M3 Scout car from World War II.
Okay.
So yeah, just mounted on there. And the dude had a badass Predator mask. He had multicam and some sort of chest rig, which was completely not usable because he had a minigun.
Yeah.
So yeah, minigun, Predator mask, chest rig, good to go. Oh, M3 Scout car. Need that too. Yeah.
I remember my first interaction with a airsoft minigun was terrifying. It was at Lion Claws 10, and I don't know if it was the Angels or it was some team, and they had a car, and they had 2 miniguns mounted on it.
Really?
And they were on the other team, so we're in a building, and there's a road right by, and we're like, tank! And then I look, and I see it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's 2 miniguns. I duck behind cover. Next thing I know, it's just like the loudest sound. BBs everywhere. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm in cover.
Just hundreds and hundreds of BBs. The thing just shovels out BBs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because, like, as scary as it would be to be shot at by it, it's kind of cool. It's like, wow, I didn't know something that Badass was made for Airsoft.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was kind of the feeling that I had, that like I was scared, you know, behind cover. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really intense. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, whoever's behind that gun is like having the time of his life.
Yeah.
And although I'm personally freaking out over here, I'm glad I can somewhat contribute and be the guy getting shot at. Luckily, I didn't get hit, but they were like, oh man, there were BBs everywhere. It was intense. It was crazy.
Man. Yeah, I definitely have some fun stories about being on the... Actually, I've never been on the good end of the minigun. Actually, no, I take it back. We had a minigun at Tim for Spot 4, but at Red Storm 2, I remember we got engaged by that M3 scout car with a minigun, and all the guys around me took cover, including basically everyone went inside a building and shut the doors behind him, and I was the only idiot stuck out there before the doors were closed, so I hid behind a brick this big. I was like, oh my god, oh my god! I was just moving with the vehicle like behind it. I was like, oh god, this is awful.
Oh man, that's awesome.
All right, don't want to get hung up on the minigun. We actually have something, probably one of, I'd say it's my favorite giveaway we're doing. It's called the Season for Savings Code Giveaway. Essentially, whenever anyone makes an order on our website, you're going to get a code with that order that you can plug into our Season for Savings link or to our Season for Savings page. Now, that code is randomly going to generate either, you know, a prize you're going to win or, you know, nothing. So what's great about this is that every order you make, you're going to have a chance of winning something. So, you know, there are some kids that have called in for customer service. They're saying, like, wait, so you're telling me I can split up my order into 3 things, get 3 different codes, and have 3 different chances of winning? And I said, well, I'm not saying that, but I'm hinting it. So if you want to do that, it'd be in your best interest. So, yeah, take advantage of the Season for Savings. It's a really great deal. I believe there's a list of stuff that's going to be in that giveaway online.
Yes, the list is already up there. If you guys just go to our website, on the left side, there's a big banner that is talking about this giveaway. Click on that, and that will take you to the page where you will enter in the code after you make the purchase. Also on that page, it has the full list of everything you can win. And so this giveaway, essentially, like in the store, for example, we would do raffles, and we'd, you know, give people raffle tickets. We can't do that online because you're not actually here. So this is kind of the answer to that we've done during the summer and in, you know, other previous years. So you'll get your code and you'll have a chance to win. You know, it could be a bag of BBs, it could be some tack gear. Some of the best prizes, I believe we have a HK416 in there. I think like a KWA M4. I think it was an SR10 or SR7. So there's a couple really good grand prizes that you have the possibility to win. And not saying I would recommend breaking up the order, but if you want multiple codes, I think the only issue with that would be potentially shipping, unless you get the free shipping, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, so basically up to you guys what you think is the best way to purchase for yourselves. Now, something I'm sure a lot of you are going to want to know about is that we are having our map prices drop between, I believe, November 29th and Cyber Monday, December 2nd. They're going to be dropping on quite a variety of different manufacturers. For example, we shot an overview of one gun today. I believe it was the VFC Scar L Mark 16. Now that normally goes for $389.99 on our website, but because the map is dropping between those certain days, it is going to be available for $312.
That is crazy, crazy low.
It's a two-tone Scar made by VFC, totally worth every penny, and it's going to be just barely over $300. So it's... If you guys have been waiting for a time to make purchases, at least for Airsoft goods and products, those days would be the time.
That's going to be really, really nuts. And I hate to sidetrack this, but do you want to make a quick $5? Apparently we can make $5 if we dance.
There we go. All right, I'm going to expect that
$5.
I'm going to expect that.
That's 10 now.
I'm going to need that in nickels.
Nickels would be great. Yeah. I'll take pennies.
Don't send pennies.
No, don't pennies. Okay. Sorry. Back on topic. The map pricing that is only for specific manufacturers and at specific discounts. And I want to be clear about that too. Is that we're not breaking map. We've talked to the distributors and manufacturers, and this is a grace period that they have allowed us that only from the 29th to Cyber Monday, December 2nd, that these discounts are going to be allowed. Now, the way these discounts are going to work is you do not have to use a coupon code at all. All you have to do, I just threw out all the comments. all you have to do is just buy those products. So I know there's a full list of all those products, but it does include, I believe, VFC, Spartan, King Arms, KJW, VFC, if we didn't say that, Echo One. There's a lot of really good companies in there. Oh, G&G. G&G.
They're going to be discounted, I believe, 10%, and the G&G discount, I believe, is going to go all the way through to the end of December.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's really nice from them. So we're really looking forward to that. So these guns, if you guys are aware of MAP at all, you know, we have not been able to discount them for most of the year. So if you guys are looking at any of these products, this is the time to get them. November 29th to December 2nd. So have your...
To the end of the day on December 2nd.
Yes. Yeah. So with that too, check out our GITV blog if you guys have not checked that out. There is currently a list of all those manufacturers, all those discounts of what is going to be applied and what dates they're going to be applied to. So no coupon code, they're automatically going to be changed for you guys. So just be ready on that because that's a pretty big thing in my mind.
This is water, by the way. It's a styrofoam cup with water inside.
Nice.
Okay. Now... we do have doorbusters going up. I believe we got the doorbusters going up on Black Friday, and we have even more unique doorbusters that are going to go up on Cyber Monday. So you're going to want to check our website for those doorbusters. They're going to be very good prices on those, and also I think they're going to be a bit shocking as far as what you're going to see. Now we do have obviously we've let some of the information on those go. So
yes, we've begun leaking out the doorbuster information of when and where. If you guys are, we're gonna have 4 different places for the doorbusters. We're gonna have the California store. We're gonna have the Virginia store. We're gonna start some doorbusters on Black Friday itself, and then Cyber Monday, boom, it's gonna be everything online. So that way everybody's covered, whether you're local to any of the stores or you guys are just shopping online. So once again, GITV blog has that information of which doorbusters are going to be at which locations, you know, and there's some crazy prices. I know one, for example, is back to the MP7 because I know everybody loves that. That retails for $255. We're going to be having a couple of these doorbusters, and all these doorbusters are limited quantities, first come, first serve. It's going to be sub $200. That's nuts.
We're having some folks are questioning what we were mentioning earlier. Kid Cairo was saying, when you said we don't have to use coupon codes, does that mean coupon codes can't apply to MAP items? No, essentially what we're saying is that those items that are normally at MAP pricing and that you normally can't use coupon codes on are going to be discounted. The price is going to be slashed, and the discount you're going to see on that product page. So again, you know, you're not going to be able to use coupon codes with these because they're going to be discounted for you. So consider it just us taking a process out that you don't have to do. It's just going to be already discounted. Don't have to do any more work, so you're good to go. Yeah.
I'll say, and the reason for that too is for those specific manufacturers. Number one, it is easy for you guys, but there are some manufacturers that, depending on them, it's going to be either like most of them are 20%. There are a few at 15%, and then for example, G&G and PTS is at 10%. So because of that, our coupon code is at 20%, and we do respect the MAP policies and all that. So we want to stick to what they've given us. So it's going to be discounted for you. You just don't have to do anything. Just click and buy it. But if you have other items that you're buying with that order that you can use the discount code on, go ahead and enter that in still, and that will be applied to the correct items. So that way you get the maximum savings.
Okay. What's up, ATP Airsoft, aka Mark? How are you? Yes.
Hi, Mark.
Bob, if you both dance again, I will send you $10 for both of you, but for 10 seconds.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I have a certain amount of self-respect, and I don't want to dance for money.
So you're saying is we can do it?
What I'm saying is I want 20.
It's going to be a delay. He's not.
What did I say? Any suggestions?
Any suggestions / past experiences, tips for traveling, flying to airsoft games when your guns use lipo batteries? I personally don't have any experience. I don't know. I can't think of anything that would change the situation traveling with lipo batteries. I think it's more to the point of, you know, you have to know how to travel with your airsoft gun properly. Generally, you have to have a case that can be locked, and you have to declare it way ahead of time with TSA. We've also generally in the past shipped our airsoft guns out there to whatever hotel we're staying at. We've never really had a problem with that, but we do know a lot of folks will ship their guns the airsoft guns through the airport, but you just have to have it in a locked case and declare it way ahead of time.
Yeah, that's usually the case, and it also depends on the airline. Some airlines are more strict and some are not as strict. Some ask you to treat it as if it is a real gun. So just plan ahead if you're doing a trip and see what the rules and regulations are. I want to try to answer a question. Kyle Casey's asking, what is the best CQB gun? That's a hard question.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different answers to that, and, you know, a lot of people find that the best way to play CQB is, you know, a very personal way. Like, you know, I prefer shotguns. You know, I'm sure Mark prefers guns with a high rate of fire that he's teched on personally. Other people prefer pistols. So it's more, you know, personal preference, or, you know, there are certain guns that do better in CQB than field play, but it's, you know, there's a lot of variables to consider. So, I mean, you know, something I would recommend right off the back is the KWA CQR. For one, you know, it was designed from the ground up for CQB. Two, we also carry a lot of different custom CQRs that our tech departments put together. So, you know, if you want a CQB gun and you think you want the CQR, you're going to have so many options with what our tech department has put together that you could just look through it and decide what fits your play style.
I think that CQR is definitely the best choice. I think for any CQB gun, one of my favorite things to match it up with is a good red dot. And what I mean by that is when people play airsoft, you know, they'll do different setups in terms of your optics and aiming. Some people use iron sights, some people use red dots, and some people won't even use sights, where I call it tracing. I don't know if there's an actual term for it, but, you know, you'll shoot and you see the stream of BBs and you'll trace it onto your target, you know. So your first few shots are a little off, but then you track it onto your target. With CQB, which is where I started my airsoft playing, I feel like you don't have time for that. You know, the first few shots you want to be dead on, and that's why I love red dots so much, that if you can actually have a reliable gun be dead on your first few shots, it's just red dot, target, pull the trigger, 1 or 2 shots, and if it's dialed in, and we're talking about the equipment, making sure your barrel's clean, your hop-up set right, your red dot is lined up right, that BB should go where you're aiming, and then you can get them on the first few shots. So I think the CQR is really good, and then the Crisp Vector. I played with that when we were at Hollywood Sports, and I had a lot of fun with that. I folded the stock to the side, which I never do, but I was so compact, it was like, that's great.
No, that's a great gun, and, you know, a couple other options include our G4 line of guns. You know, there's so many different rail setups and so many different setups in general that you can probably find what you're looking for just by going through all the different models. I do want to answer a few things really quick. Jay Palaz, 123. Happy Thanksgiving, guys, from Josh from Phoenix. Well, thank you, Josh.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Phoenix.
Wow, all of Phoenix?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
That's darn nice one. Bob Potato. Bob, do you like potatoes? Yes, I do.
I like them better fried.
He was asking me, Daniel.
I'm sorry.
God,
My bad. I take it.
This guy. Okay. Just kidding. You should have a support weapon mystery box. That's an excellent idea. But on that note, actually, we've got some guns that are going to be released in addition to the doorbusters for the Black Friday/holiday season, and one of those is a support gun. But before we get to that, I just want to kind of treat you guys to that. Let's see if there are any other questions before we move on.
We're in somebody asked us if we're in Virginia or Walnut right now. We're in Walnut.
We're in Walnut, California. Fine, I'll do $20, but for 20 seconds.
Yes. But if you guys are in the 20,
it's 20 seconds.
No, I think we got to keep the show.
Yeah, but I mean, we got like 45 minutes.
How about this? I'll continue talking about some of the cool stuff going on, and then you can dance for 20 seconds in the background.
All right.
Try to focus on what I'm saying, because this is important information.
All right.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me just get my jacket on. Keep talking. Just go ahead and start talking.
All right, so if you guys are on the East Coast at our GI Tactical store oh, this is really hard. In Chesterfield, Virginia, we will be having a Black Friday sale. It will be 20% off everything in the store, excluding the map items. This is really hard. That store will be opening at 9 a.m. That doorbuster list that we mentioned before, check out the GI TV blog. First 200 customers in the store are getting a goodie bag from the vendors, and it's packed full of really, really good stuff. Oh man, that was nuts.
And 20 seconds. All right.
And scene.
All right.
And then also in California, if you guys are here on the West Coast, we're going to be having our Black Friday sale here too. All doors will also be opening at 9 a.m. Crazy doorbusters. We're going to be having a raffle towards the end of the day. So don't forget about that. If you guys are on the East or West Coast, check out our stores on Friday.
Whew, I'm out of breath. Jorge Granados, you can send that $20 to 20. What's the address? 21077 East Commerce Point Drive, Walnut, California, care of Bob Hildebrand. Okay. Whew, I'm out of breath after that.
That was intense.
River dancing at the end there.
That totally just happened. I want to see all the comments as soon as it refreshes.
Yeah.
That's going to be quite amusing. Okay, I'll let you catch your breath. I'm going to move on to the next thing.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next thing that we have that I'm actually pretty stoked for is we have started something new for the holiday season, and it's our holiday packages. So we've done bundles before, but we've kind of put them all together that if you guys have seen our website, on the left side there are certain icons that are now green to highlight a lot of the specials for the holiday season. Now these holiday packages were designed specifically by Airsoft players for you guys. These are also designed to be gifts that they're more affordable, that if you want to get your buddy or the parent that's going to get their kid or maybe their husband a gift or something like that too. So these are really, really nicely set up that these products will coincide with one another and also be heavily discounted. All of them are going to be, I think the greatest discount, you can save up to 35% on these, and these are going to be lasting all holiday season. We've actually been surprised on how popular they were, so if you see any of those, don't wait too much longer because the availability may be on and off, but depending on how people like them, we might cycle more in and out. So for example,
actually, I started pulling stuff for, I guess, that, but I'd like to make a note that some of these holiday packages have actually gone out of stock really fast, and we had to put more together because they're really good deals. Which one do you want to start with?
I want to start with one of the most basic ones.
Yeah.
So I designed this one myself, and I was really happy when I had a chance to do this and I got the green light on it. This is very simple. This is a 10energy smart charger that retails for $15, and this is a 10energy 9.6 crane stock battery. Retails for $30. Together it's $45, if I can do basic math correctly.
Yeah, good recovery.
For the package, I believe we set it at only about $32 to $33. $33.
$32.99.
So essentially, you're almost getting this battery, or you're getting the charger for like $3. And the reason why I set this one up is because this is one of the most common Airsoft batteries in the industry. Works on a lot of different guns, small type to medium plug, and a smart charger is one of the most essential pieces of kit to keep your batteries healthy. Now, I know there's so many guns out there that are great starter guns that will come with battery and charger from the beginning, but a lot of the times it's a basic battery and it's not a smart charger. So if you have any of those basic guns, this battery will be a little bit more reliable, and 9.6 is better outsource or better source of power than like the 8.4s. And then your smart charger, it's going to automatically shut down when it's done being charged. So I really like this one, that it's just a simple way to keep your gun healthy, have it perform better if your batteries are an 8.4, and not have to worry about it, overcharging or burning out. So really simple, but I like it.
That's actually a really good point. I hadn't thought of it when you start talking, but yeah, a lot of guns, a lot of the entry-level guns that do come with batteries and chargers, they're entry-level batteries and chargers, and having a smart charger can certainly increase, I would say it's the fun factor of Airsoft, because you're not going to be stressed out about your battery charging.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a really good idea. And for the price, that's really great. So, we've also got a bunch of other packages. I noticed you have this right here. This is actually, out of the 5, this is probably my top 1 or 2 as far as favorites go, because this is a WE high kappa. Now, let me actually make sure. A full metal high kappa 4.3 compact elite. But with this, you essentially get what I would want to get for an Airsoft pistol. Anyway, you're going to get a flashlight that can attach to your rail. By sheer coincidence, I actually own this flashlight as well. You're going to slide this onto the rail, and there's actually a button on the left and right side. You can flip it back and forth. It's pretty easy. Yeah, you'll have a flashlight on your gun. The only issue with this one in particular is that when you put it into a holster, sometimes it can turn on and off. But that's just because of the flashlight design. But it's also, it's a very bright flashlight. It's actually rather durable, and with these together is pretty much what you need for CQB. So I'm pretty happy with this package, and let's see what it costs. It is $109.99. So you're going to get a WE 4.3 high kappa with a flashlight. That's really awesome. So yeah, really good price. What do you think, Daniel?
Yeah, I like this one a lot, and this is what we were talking about, that these packages were set up to coincide and work with one another. So you got a pistol with a rail at the bottom. What do you put at the rail at the bottom? A grenade launcher.
Again?
But when you can't put a grenade launcher, you might want to put a flashlight or a laser. So I like that. It just helps out. That, I mean, this is stuff that, on my high cap, my TM high cap, I have a small pistol flashlight, and I like that. But actually, I wanted to ask you the different lenses that it comes with. Do you ever play with the different lenses?
That's the interesting thing is I got this quite a while ago, way before they had lenses that came in the box of this. I wish I had some of these, because that'd be really fun. Because the one thing is you never see a colored lens being shot at you, do you?
No,
never.
No.
So that'd be really cool.
Actually, you know what I'm thinking? I know Halloween just passed, but if it was like a zombie game and you have like a red lens or something like that.
Red or green or something like sci-fi.
That'd be kind of cool. I like that. Okay, so that was another package. This one's a little bit more expensive, and obviously it's a gun instead of accessories for it. But the other one, this is going to be gear.
This has actually been a really popular one. I've been talking with folks on the customer service line, and this one also went out of stock for a little while. This is the Bravo PJ helmet with Condor releasable knee pad holiday package. Now we also have one that's a black Tactical Crusader IBH helmet with black knee pads. So if you don't like the tan look, you want the black look, we still have that available. Now this package is going for $72.99. What's really interesting about that is that's essentially the price of the helmet off our website. So you're going to get basically a set of knee pads for free. So this is a really good deal if you're thinking about getting more tactical gear. This Bravo PJ helmet, honest to God, is the same exact one I have. I spray painted the heck out of it. And I love it. It's got a lot of great padding. One of the things to note about this is that the padding is removable and adjustable, so you can take the padding out to fit your specific type of head or size of head. There's also an adjustable dial in the back to adjust the size of the different straps and how they fit your head. So very, very easy and very, very usable helmet. Yeah, I was shocked because all the other helmets I have were kind of a pain to deal with sometimes, and for the price, I was just pleasantly surprised. Yeah, see, I'm probably going to take out maybe one or two of these little pads and move them around. But the great thing is that, like I said, they're attached via Velcro, and they're pretty comfortable. So, really well cushioned.
And I think that's also well thought out. That I've seen a lot of players will run the I forget what they're called, but like the Howard Lights, for example, the sound amplifiers or the headphones, or even just communications and headsets. Sometimes they'll run that on the inside of the helmet. And so if you are running, let's say, a headset over, you have that strap that goes over your head. You take the padding off the inside of the helmet to create that gap, and that will become the cushion. And so it's all kind of like one unit together. And that's also why you have the cut and the opening, so you can use comms or headsets or whatever else you want.
Yeah, actually, my good buddy Gene has a setup that I want to replicate where he has some attachment thing that it attaches to the rail right here, which attaches to his ear pro. So his ear pro is attached to the helmet.
Nice.
So he just puts the whole setup on.
So it's all just one.
Yeah, no, I told Gene, I was like, dude, you look like a sci-fi fighter pilot. I want that now.
Nice. Very, very cool.
Yeah. It does have these, I call them speed holes for extra speed. No, this is actual ventilation. Recently, I think it's fun to note that Jet actually got shot by you, Daniel, through one of these holes, like $1 million shot.
That's what I was going to say. I call him the hole that I shoot Jet through. We were playing at Hollywood Sports, where if you guys saw the Hunger Game video, and I was using Brian's two-tone Chris Vector, and I had the stock pulled to the side, and that was a lot of fun. And it was on 2-round bursts, and he didn't know where I was. I didn't know where he was, but I was lucky enough to spot him, and he had no idea where I was. And I was just at this angle, and he was, going down like this and looking around or something. So I see him, and he's probably, I'd say, like 50 feet away. So not a long shot, but, far enough away. And so I bring the gun up, and just 2-round burst, I just pull the trigger once, and I can't see because at that distance I couldn't see exactly where it hit, but it goes da da da, and I could see it was a clear shot. And he goes, oh my god! And he falls all the way to the ground, like laying down. And at first I was worried because he got hurt, but he was laughing the whole time. And I was like, okay, he must be okay.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I can't believe you did that. And I was like, what happened? What happened?
Yeah.
He was like, I shot him through
the holes.
The holes
from pretty far away.
Yeah, and like I wasn't aiming for that, so it was a lucky shot. I was just aiming for center mass, but it was just da-da. And the Chris Vector, it was 3-0s too. I was using 3-0s at the time, so that's probably why it hurt like a.
Yeah, I think for him it must have been really shocking because he basically looked up, saw you, and was like, "Oh no!" And then he expected if he got shot to be on hard plastic, and then it was like, "Oh my head!"
Yeah,
and I wasn't expecting that.
So that was really funny.
Yeah, I'm sure. I was laughing my butt off just to the side.
I'm sorry, Chet. I'm so sorry.
Another few things to note is, while the padding in this helmet is very comfortable, There is padding near the front and on the back that is even more comfortable than the foam padding. I really like that feature because I sweat a lot, and this is actually a really good fabric for people who sweat a lot. So want to give a quick shout out to Brazil and Finland. We've got some folks watching from there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Guys or girls, excuse me.
So those are just 3 of the holiday packages that we have currently up right now. But because they're so popular, I'll try to look through. But comment in the section, and we'll see what kind of packages do you guys want. This kind of stuff. Obviously tan helmet with tan knee pads. It's protective gear that can work together. And so if you got like a tan vest, it's really easy for somebody to pick up a package like this, save some money, and continue to get their gear all decked out. So if there's other stuff that you guys want to see, let us know, and we'll see what we can do and try to set that up and continue the savings.
Absolutely. Want to answer just a few more questions. There's been a lot of people on this live stream so far asking about the DMR behind us, a tan DMR. It's actually not a DMR. I assume you guys are referring to this gun, which you can't see behind Daniel and his chair. Actually,
let me get out of the way for a moment.
Actually, still that.
Oh,
the AAC-21. This is actually a gas bolt-action sniper rifle. Oddly enough, I'm glad a lot of you are asking for the tan sniper rifle, because when this came in, I called it tan 2. And then Frank, who was originally the head of our tech department, was like, Bob, are you colorblind? This is OD. And I was like, all right, Frank. Well, from a distance, it looks tan. This is a pre-production model of the AAC-21, a gas sniper rifle, a really cool one, and shockingly for me, who has handled sniper rifles for quite a while, it's really not that heavy because the front end is short and has some rail sections and it's kind of cut out and hollowed. This actually, the front end does not weigh very much at all. Most of the weight is centered right here. I believe these are still on our website. They come in 2 colors, black and OD, I guess. It's kind of the middle ground. But yeah, they come on our website. You should check it out. We also have, I believe, the body kits by themselves in case you want to take your sniper rifle and just put the internals in this body kit. I believe this works with a couple of different models of sniper rifles. So yeah, really cool gun. The body kit does not come with the stock or this pistol grip. We just put it on there because we figured that would go well with the gun.
Yeah, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe these are like M4 parts. It's kind of cool that you can put like an M4 stock on it. This is the Magpul PTS UBR stock, and this is the Magpul MOE pistol grip. So the stock is a little more expensive. It's like $175, and this grip is about $30 or so. But I like gas sniper rifles because you don't have the tension of the spring to pull back. So the action of it is really easy, and you can actually do the quick, like if you wanted to.
Yeah, yeah. With gas sniper rifles, you can cycle it very fast for follow-up shots.
Yeah,
so that's really good.
That's fun. It's the only problem I would say is with the inconsistency of the gas. If it's hotter or colder, the shots may not be as consistent because the heat will change it just a little bit.
Temperature will affect the operation of gas guns, just about any gas gun. Really quick, Sergeant Lulls. Bob, why don't you sell the ACOG sight like the one on the Scar L? We actually do not sell replica ACOG sights anymore. ACOG has, just cracked down on any replicas on the market of ACOG. So basically, for selling an ACOG sight, I believe it's probably going to be a real one. So I don't think we have any of those on our site currently. Oh, speaking of that, we've got some shout-outs to do real quick. All right, shout-outs for this episode of the GI live stream include Airsoft Delta Squad 100. That is a YouTube channel. Go check out Airsoft Delta Squad 100. I also want to give a shout out to Jeff, but more specifically the Whittier Christian Crusaders. They have gone undefeated their entire season, 9-0. Congratulations, wow, Whittier Christian Crusaders. Very well played. Whittier is actually not that far from here.
Oh yeah, I grew up in Whittier, La Mirada,
so you're not very well aware of the area then.
No.
Anyway, that's where Red Storm 2 or Red Storm 1 and 2 was.
I know.
And you never went, did you?
No, that was the last Red Storm at that facility, and like I know my bank is a minute, like 60 seconds, 2 minutes away from it, and so I really wanted to go because I could have just gone to the event one day, went home, slept, and came back the next day. I really wanted to go, but I couldn't, and it made me so sad.
No, such is life, Daniel.
Yes. Oh, but before we move on, really quick, this was the other holiday package that we brought up too. This was another one that's very affordable. This is a simple upgrade kit for any gun with a rail system. This is a pretty standard stubby grip. I like this one because it's rubberized at the bottom. This one goes for like $14, $15, and this is a pretty basic red dot. So for your M4s or AKs or anything with a rail, this red dot usually goes for about $30. And I think for the package, wow, is that the right price?
What's that?
I'm gonna have to double check that. Anyway,
that's what it said on the website, $31.99.
I'm gonna have to check that. That's like crazy. Anyway, so this is $30 for this, and this is like $14, $15, and for both of them together in the holiday package, it's like $32.
That's actually funny. That's the first package that I saw that sold out.
Oh, that's probably why.
But it went back online. We've got more stock. We just had to put them together.
Okay. I wonder if they're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so you're getting this grip for like $2.
Yeah.
Like $2. So if we didn't say so, the packages you can't use discounts or coupon codes on because they're already heavily discounted. But just an idea of what the holiday packages are like. So if you have like an M4 with a rail system or an AK with a rail system or anything, this you just pop it on right away.
Bob, I've been looking for a decent spring sniper. I noticed that a lot of them are not in stock. Why is that? Well, personally, I've actually noticed a kind of a run on sniper rifles as we got closer to the holiday season. After our Scouts and Knives video, we noticed kind of an uptick in sales for JG Bar 10s and a lot of the mid to more affordable range of sniper rifles. We actually also, in case you are on the market for a more advanced one, we did just pick up the Ares. I believe it's the MCM 700X. It looks very similar to the M700 used by the Marine Corps. I believe it's actually in Marine Corps designation it's the M40. It looks very similar to that. It's got a really solid stock. It's a really consistent spring sniper rifle. So I'd highly suggest that out. Also, we've got JG Bar 10s. Those are really good if you're trying to get into sniping. And also, we do have a spring sniper rifle scope package for our holiday packages. So yeah, if you are looking for that, just type in holiday packages, the search bar, holiday package into the search bar and check that out.
Nice. For spring snipers, I just want to say one of my favorite spring sniper rifles of all time is the UTG M324. It's not super expensive, and it's not as upgradable as like the JG Bar 10, but I got a couple of those, and I just had so much fun with those. And I grabbed a couple of them because I would shoot so much, and I just racked the bolt over and over and over and over and over again that eventually it wore down, but I like that. But I do want to answer another question from Kyle Casey, because Kyle, I think you have some good questions for us. Glock 17 or 1911? Ooh, tough one.
Yeah, man. Oh, shoot. Because, like, ever since I got an Airsoft, I was a big Glock guy. And only recently did I get into 1911s. So, crap. Man. If I really had to choose one or the other, shoot, I'd probably go Glock. I really love 1911s, but I've just been playing with Glock style airsoft guns for so darn long. I don't know what I'd do without it.
Yeah, I think it is very tempting that we have there's a couple airsoft Glocks on the desks at the marketing department, and every time I walk by Josh's or Darren, I'm just like, my instinct is like, I just want to pick it up and play with it.
Do you know how many we have back home?
How many?
We've got like 12 in the house.
What?
Because I have like 8 or 9, and then Josh has 3.
Huh.
I remember I bought 5 at one time just for a movie I was doing, and they had like a really good deal for like $100 per and an extra mag. I was like, oh, so
that's pretty stellar.
Yeah,
I'm a huge 1911 guy. I've said that many times. Yes, if you guys didn't know, big 1911 guy. But I do love the Glock series. I want to answer one more question that I don't know who it was from, but it ran down. But somebody was asking if the KWA SR10 is compatible with the Magpul UBR stock, the same one over there. It is, but I forget if it requires some modifications. But I know it does work together.
You know who's here?
Who's here?
Tim Sargent!
No way!
Yeah, and he called out my Tad Stealth hoodie. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. And Josh is here. Actually, well, he's over there.
Hi, Josh.
But he's right there.
All right, he's what?
Yeah. Well, thanks, Tim, for showing up. Appreciate it. Like your picture.
Oh, do you want to mention the uncut video?
Oh yeah. So, one of our editors, Ross, recently cut together some old footage of Tim lip syncing to is that Kanye West music video?
I don't like Kanye
I'm hip.
West.
I'm with it.
I'm not hip at all.
I'm a lyrical genius. I'm a wordsmith. Anyway, so yeah, he was lip syncing to it, and a really funny video. It's on GITV Uncut, and I totally forgot, but there's this part where Tim is wearing a helmet and a combat shirt and nothing else, and is firing a gas M4 just completely confidently, and I was very impressed with Tim's confidence. His confidence. you're watching, Tim, I'm impressed. God, that was so funny.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Ross just turned around. He's like, Bob, I just edited the best video I've ever done since I've been here. You're not going to believe it. I was like, what could you have done? I mean, and he did it. So
that was amazing. So
that was priceless.
If you guys want to know what we're talking about, go to GITV Uncut.
Yes.
That's our secondary YouTube channel. If you guys are not aware, where we put a lot of funny stuff. We do like a lot of reviews there of like a lot of guns and just information stuff, but a lot of funny stuff too. So go check that out. It's really worth your time, I promise.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Oh, and GamePod has been here for a while. Oh, thank you, Tim. No problem, Bob. That is solid. Where were we?
Should we move on to this next part?
No.
Please. I really
Yes. We will move on. What do we got?
It's this part. The custom guns.
Oh, yeah. All right. So why don't you tell them about the black cards while I go look through these comments?
Okay, so we've been working on some cool stuff over here over the past months, or I should be more clear, the techs have been working very, very hard, and for the holiday season, we don't want to give you guys all the details yet, but we're going to be doing something very exclusive that's for only 25 people, and it's going to involve 25 custom airsoft guns that the techs have made, and I've been over there a couple times, and they're just working away nonstop, and they've made some really cool stuff. So we're going to show you guys a teaser of, I think we have 5 guns that we're going to show you guys, and it is a big mix, so it's not just all M4s or anything like that. So let's pull out one of the first ones. Do we have the sales sheet for this one of the information?
Which one is it?
I forget the name of it.
Well,
this
that's
is the Scar. Anyway, this is gun number 1. What's the name if we have it?
I'm working on it. Let's get some elevator music.
Pretty? Do you guys like? Trying to make it fill the screen. There it goes.
That's not at all, was it? Gateway Commando, that's not it. JGT3.
Oh, anyway, I'll mention what I see right away. We do have the Mad Bull Scar MK16 front end rail kit. So in case the Scar did not have enough rails already, wait, let me make sure that's in camera. It has more rails to the front end.
Oh, that looks sick.
Right?
I wasn't even paying attention.
That is amazing. So I think it really adds to the look of it. This is going to be a Scar, Scar L or MK17. So we'll wait till the train goes by really quick. It's not fun working next to a train. It's very frustrating.
Okay, you're going to love this, Daniel. You told me to print out 5 guns, and I printed out those 5 guns, and that is not one of them.
Oh, that's great. That's okay. With a lot of these guns, we have done internal work, and then once we get them up on the website, which will happen next week, we'll have the full details on it. But it is, all these guns you're going to see, comes with everything you see included. So this was designed to be kind of more of an assault DMR type setup. So you have the 7.62 magazine, Magpul AFG version 2 in Dark Earth. You also have an illuminated scope that you can change the illumination from, let me see here, I think 10 to 2.5 on the fly, and then the other thing that I really like is you have the 45-degree offset mount. So you're shooting long range, you're good there. Tweak it 45, you get your red dot in front of you. So this one's very pretty. I like this one.
I gotta say, you know, this Canton sight is pretty cool. I honestly didn't expect that there, so I'm really impressed. I actually recently saw this rail edition for the Scar about yesterday, and I was like, oh, snap, we have that on our site? That's awesome.
Yep.
So I really like it. You know, it does add weight to the front end, which is normally, you know, definitely anathema to what I like to play with, but it's actually overall not that heavy. I really like this.
Yeah. Oh, and before we move on to the holiday packages that we were talking about, that was designed to be more affordable. So there's stuff in there for like $10, $20, and then some gun, you know, like the pistol package we were talking about. Naturally, these are going to be a little bit more pricey because there's a lot of time and effort and just manpower went into putting everything in. Externals, you know, that's not as tricky, but the internals, they've done some really cool stuff too. So price point on these will vary, but it will be a little bit more expensive. And like I said, it will come with a very exclusive black card. That will give you guys more details in the near future. So I'm going to pull out another one.
Hashtag never forget Tim. That's funny.
I like that. That's a good hashtag. Do we have the G3? Oh, yeah, here. Perfect.
Don't go to the sheriff's office in Frederick County, MD, Bob. All the deputies are SIG lovers. First of all, we were talking about Glocks versus 1911s. Actually, the first and only expensive pistol I bought for Airsoft was a SIG 226. I got a full metal SIG 226. and had a high flow valve. God, it was like $330. But most expensive one. Oh, cool! I'm gonna stop what I'm talking about. Go.
Okay, so this is another custom gun. This one is the G3 Hawkeye. So this one was designed to be really epic, but still a little bit more affordable because some of them are like, we're talking $1,000 or so. So this one's going to be based off a JGT3 K3 gun. So it is going to be a plastic body, but we do have a full metal rail kit that has been installed. I do like the black two-tone or black OD two-tone. And then internally, it does have a lot of parts. So I'm going to run it down. We have a G&G version 2 metal cylinder head. We have a Lonex air nozzle, Lonex piston head, Lonex 110 spring, VFC bushings, and a Miracle barrel. Miracle barrel, if you guys aren't aware of those are amazing barrels that will right away give you more range, accuracy, and consistency. So this guy's going to rock on the field. Doesn't only look cool, but I'm sorry, I've been hogging that.
Oh, no, it's okay. There's also the JGG3 flash hider and a Classic Army mount. That's this thing right here. I'm glad they included the mount because for me, for a gun as long as this, I'm going to put at least some sort of optics. Also, I really like the fact that this rail is so lightweight because for a gun this long, similar to the Scar, you'd expect it to be very lightweight or expect it to be very heavy in the front. This is actually incredibly lightweight. So overall, I'm a huge fan of this custom. The only thing I would do right out of the box with this is, shoot, I mean, maybe a bipod, but more than anything, I'd probably put an optic on here and for sure, I'd be good to go. Yeah. This is awesome. I really like the green, actually. The green goes well with this gun.
Yeah, black OD two-tone is one of my favorite. Yeah. FPS on this one's right around 400. One of my favorite things about bigger guns like this is it's a full stock, meaning you have a lot of room for a big battery, for an upgraded battery to last longer or something more powerful. So I think that's something that's really helpful. But this should be a really solid outdoor gun, period. Just really good. The barrel length, I think, is 500 millimeters, so it's the same length as an M14. Plus it's a Miracle barrel, so that's where you're going to get crazy range and accuracy with it. So this one's probably one of the more affordable ones. I'm going to grab another.
Yeah, just in case anyone was asking, the child that Tim and I are about to have, we had a tough discussion between Top and Bim, and we did kind of settle on Bim. I think it's okay, do what you can. All right, so next up, now you already mentioned Battlefield 4.
No.
Okay, so if you guys haven't seen our Battlefield 4 video, this is very similar to the gun that was used in that video. In fact, some might say incredibly similar.
You guys can't have it because I want it.
Yeah.
It's mine.
All right, so this is, I believe, the name for this is the Airsoft GI Custom Support Gunner, Battlefield 4 style, because it looks just like the one in the movie, or excuse me, in the video game. Now, as far as custom parts in this, do you want to read them off? Or do you want me to?
I'll read them off. We have the GMP Ranger stock, so this is really nice because a lot of the M249s have bigger stocks, which I know I was talking about having a bigger capacity, but the advantage of a smaller stock is it's more compact and more maneuverable. This one is retractable, which is something you don't really see on M249s. The standard Para stock, it has those 2 wire stocks. It does retract in and out, but it's only one position in and out, and that's it. So I like that you can retract it wherever you want. This does have the shorter barrel, not the full length barrel, so it's a little bit more mobile, but you have rails everywhere where you can just mount any accessories that you want, where I think like if you put like a hollow sight on this, that look really cool.
Yeah, hollow sight would look pretty bitchin' on that.
Okay, so sorry, back to the parts. We have the Ranger stock, we have the upper and lower wrists, and then we have a lot of stuff internally, so I'll go over that. Airsoft GI, a palm piston, which is a very strong piston. I have that in a piston, in my gun shooting 550 FPS, and another gun shooting 33 BBs a second as well. Lonex cylinder head, Lonex air nozzle, Lonex polycarbonate piston head, Madbull 110 spring, Lonex A2 motor. Lonex motors are very powerful, if you guys aren't aware of that. Standard ratio G&G gears, Madbull inner barrel for more accuracy, comes with a gun bag, and that's about it. So this gun was built to rip pretty fast, not super fast, but enough to keep it very reliable. So you can just sit there and just...
Yeah, just a constant rate of suppressive fire is what you want. I mean, because if it's too fast, you're going to go... I mean, there's a lot of rounds in a box mag, but it's not just, unlimited. So yeah, this is really great. I mean, I definitely like the fact that, you do have a lot of rail space on this. It is going to make the front of the gun more front heavy, obviously. I really like the stock on this gun. I like this over the original Para stock. But yeah, there's God, I would love to mount this on a vehicle with this little just a lug nut right there.
Great.
But yeah, this is a great gun, especially for support gunners, and this does work surprisingly well in CQB because of the shorter stock. Yeah, I would definitely get like a vertical grip or something else on this. I would not put an angle porter on this.
Nah, no, definitely not.
Yeah, do some Magpul on this. No,
that would be pretty hefty.
Pretty absurd.
So another teaser, which we don't have here, but our text did make a couple Polar Star customs. That's all I'm gonna say. But let me move on to the next one because we're running out of time.
Yes, we are. Shoot, I had a question to answer. Darn.
Now I know we were talking about staying away from M4s, but I asked Aaron, our tech manager, if we can take a look at this one today because this one is so unique and so different. What is the name of this? Not the Hawkeye, that was the other one. The Havoc. This is the Havoc. And I like this a lot because I've seen so many M4s.
Oh yeah, I like this. Oh man.
Yeah, but this like dramatically looks different.
It's just interesting because the Havoc grenade launcher is such a unique look. But also, yeah, that really short spikes tactical rail gives it a very aggressive look, and that's a Battle Axe stock, I believe. What kind of stock is that?
Yep.
Yeah, Mad Bull Troy Battle Axe stock. Yeah, man. Damn.
So very cool. I like this. This is based off a Commando, KWA Commando. So it is the full metal KWA series. So you have the full metal upper and lower receiver. Standard 2GX gearbox inside, so internally rock solid. I'm not even going to go over that because that's so well established at this point. But I do like that they were able to really make this gun look unique with the grenade launcher, the stock, the rail system, and even the flash hider. Once again, all this stuff comes included. This is how the gun comes. So when you guys pick this up, this is exactly what you're going to get. 120 round mid-cap magazine. Flip up and down iron sights.
Out of all of the guns we've shown here, this is probably my favorite custom, and whoever gets this, I'm going to be really jealous of. I haven't seen the spikes tactile rail on that short of a configuration, and it kind of reminds me of a Mark 18. It just looks really awesome.
It really does, and personally, I don't like spike tactical rails because they're very wide.
They're also really sharp.
Yes, and I'm a fan of like the Noveskis and like the NSRs. That's what I have on my gun.
Yeah, it's really thin and sleek.
Yeah, and I like that, but this looks really, really cool, and it just melds so well with that grenade launcher that I swear, like they're artists over there in the techs. The techs are artists.
That's actually how I felt when we got Josh's Polar Star. I looked at it, I was like, man, this is like a piece of art.
Right? I mean, because there's so many things to do with an M4 that I'm always a fan of the M4 series because you can do stuff like this, and it's nuts. It's
well, why don't you just switch me guns real quick because I need that to happen.
Okay.
All right, really quick, I want to answer a question. It says from that MN Airsoft. Wow, this is light. Wow. Tim, do you prefer the MP9, MP7, or SMG8? And Tim replied, I like the MP9. AAW Airsoft, or what is your fave, Bob? Ironically, my favorite is the same as Tim's. I like the MP9. That's actually, it's a bit more affordable than the MP7. It's a bit more lightweight. I believe it holds 8 more rounds. I can't think of any special ops group off the top of my head that uses the gun. Dun 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 dun. Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to keep my hands on this, but that I believe is the sidewinder.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is the Airsoft GI Custom M40 A4 sidewinder Airsoft gun. Wow.
This was exactly what you were just talking about, right? The Ares. That's the one.
Yes. This is the MCM 700X. Man, I really got my money cut out for me because, like, I love sniper rifles. I love this gun, but my heart almost goes with this. And I gotta say, go ahead. I got to give it up to Spencer because, as many of you may or may not know, Spencer's been doing a lot of our custom paint jobs recently, like the guns that we were not raffling off, we were selling, and all the proceeds were going to the Wounded Warrior Project. He did both of those Wounded Warrior guns, and he really did a great job in this one. This is a great camo pattern for desert sniping. And Daniel, why don't you hit us up with the specs?
Okay, so internally, it is going to be shooting 550 FPS out of the box.
Perfect.
So really, really powerful.
That's exactly what you need for airsoft sniping. That's the limit. I love that it's right at the mark.
Yeah, perfect.
Wow.
It is spring powered, so keep in mind that. There's a lot of internal work that they did. So we have the PE Teflon cylinder, PE spring guide, PE Action Army piston. We have an M1, not M1, but I'm sorry, an Action Army Army 170 spring. That's what gives it the harder FPS. So when you're upgrading a spring sniper rifle, you know, like the 170 spring will give you that high FPS, but you have to reinforce the parts to keep it reliable. So that's why the cylinder was upgraded, the spring was upgraded, the piston was upgraded. If you don't, it's just going to break those parts because it can't handle it. A Miracle Barrel. This is the kicker. 590 millimeter Miracle Barrel.
Oh, so this is a custom Miracle Barrel?
I don't know if it's a custom, but
we
it's like
just got a custom Miracle Barrel in for something.
I don't know if it's a custom, but it's that and the Modify hop-up bucking. So we were talking about Miracle Barrel before. This is probably one of the longest lengths you can go for the Miracle Barrel. So crazy range and crazy accuracy, and then you put that on top of the 550 FPS. You can probably hit people easily at 150, 200 feet, maybe even beyond that. I don't eat my own words, but I mean, that's going to be pretty nuts.
We have to do some play testing for that, because with a Miracle Barrel and an FPS and the right weight BB, you could really reach out and touch someone.
Yeah, like 4.0s for sure, something really heavy.
Yeah.
We also have there's a threaded, you can't see it, but you got the threading so you can put on. This is the Echo 1 M28 barrel extension. That's meant for that gun, but it's compatible with this one, obviously. This is a UTG 30 millimeter 3-12 by 44 SWAT mil-dot scope. So I believe it illuminates, changes magnification. You can change the windage and elevation.
Yeah. Changes magnification from 3 to 12. Realistically, for airsoft, you're only going to need really 3 to 6. But it is going to be nice for spotting to have that 6 to 12. So yeah,
that and bipod.
Bipod. Did you mention the cheek riser? That comes stock on the gun.
Yes, I believe it does. I didn't mention that, but that's a nice feature, and I believe you can remove these on the stock.
Yes, these are spacers. Essentially, you can remove them to adjust the stock length. You also have a monopod attachment point right there, so in case you do want a monopod for additional stability sniping, you will have that option. And you guys can't see it. The stock is actually texturized right around where you grip right there, and on the left and right side on the grip up here. So very easy to keep a hold of. But I gotta mention this one thing, because I just noticed this, and I'm so amazed that Spencer did this. Could you hold the stock on that gun, and we're gonna move it back a little bit? Sure. No, just pull. Okay. So when you have a barrel extension, let's say a real one, and let's say you've already camoed it out, but you've used it a lot, you're gonna get this black tit on the front. That's from the heat, and I believe some of the powder charge on the front of the, well, for airsoft, is a barrel extension. And Spencer painted this so well that you still have that effect on here. And damn it, Spencer, you're good at this. Sorry, Spencer, if you see this, that is amazing. So whoever gets this gun, again, a work of art from our tech department. I'm really proud right now.
So, man, these are like crazy. So these are only five of the guns out of 25, so there's still 20 more. So starting next week, we are going to start releasing these guns. I believe we're going to be doing it 5 at a time, which once again are going to come with a very exclusive black card from Airsoft GI. So more details are to come, but this is a really, really big sneak peek at that. So yeah, pretty stoked. How much time do we have?
We have 2 minutes. Do you want to answer this real quick?
Yes. For Black Friday deals online, can you still get free shipping if you spend $100? Yes, but keep in mind there are different coupon codes that depending on the coupon code you may or may not be able to use that free shipping. So calculate and figure out what you're going to get. That sometimes it might be better get the free shipping, or it might be better to use a specific coupon code. Also, we have coupon codes that will give you discounts on specific shippings as well. So that's all on the front page of our website with all those banners cycling around. So take a look at that.
All right, really quick, I want to answer something. Tim Sargent. I wanted Tim Jr., but Bob wanted to have more of a say. Yeah, I'm not going to give Tim Jr. as our son's name. I mean, if we're going to do that, it'd be Tim, Bob, whatever last name we pick is. So yeah, no, it's going to be Ben. All right, so last thing to mention, did you go over what the black cards actually do?
No, I did not. I was going to wait
for
next week.
Oh, well, all right, then we'll keep that classified for now. If you guys don't know, each of these custom guns that we've brought up in the last half of this show are going to have an exclusive black card that go with them, the details of which will remain classified for right now. But be aware that these, we're going to have, can we mention the amount of guns that are going to have the black cards?
Yes, 25.
A very, very limited quantity, 25 to be specific. They're going to be the only guns on our website with these exclusive black cards, the details of which, well, I guess I could just say they will allow you to do certain things that that we can't mention right now, as per Daniel's instructions. But I will say you will be very excited. There are going to be 25 of these going up. Look for them around, what days are we going to be releasing them?
Next week. Next week, we're going to start going live with a lot of this stuff. And then we want to make sure that all these guns are up before, I believe, December 16th is the last day for guaranteed delivery for ground shipping. So everything will be up definitely before that. So if you guys want to pick up any of these highly customized guns, you can do that and get it with ground shipping before Christmas. So that's one of the big things that we want to make sure you guys have a really, really good Christmas and a really, really good holiday season. So many promotions, so many crazy things going on. Keep an eye on our website. Our GITV blog has a lot of information on that stuff, so don't miss out.
I heartily agree. Always check our website, especially for Friday to Monday. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff going on up there. You won't want to miss out. And, you know, if you do feel like you did miss out, check our website after Cyber Monday, because these guns are going to be going up. And, well, each of them is a quantity of one. So, yeah, if you want it, you better get it, because it might be gone forever.
For sure.
Yep. All right, well, I guess unless we've forgotten anything.
No. Oh, the other thing really quick, with the doorbusters that we've been talking about for online, the doorbusters are going to be on our Shocker pages. Keep an eye on the Shocker page if you guys have seen that at all in the last 24 hours. We've actually updated it saying that the doorbusters are going to start. There's a countdown timer that's kind of cool and all that too. So that's, keep an eye on the Shocker page. That's where all the doorbusters will be. We'll have the name will be changed to actually doorbusters, so it's very clear for everybody. But those doorbusters / Shockers will start Friday and continue Saturday, continue Sunday, and on Monday, that's the big day. Cyber Monday is going to be cool.
Last thing, can you mention the price of that sniper rifle?
The price of the sniper rifle, I cannot mention that yet.
He cannot mention that yet, but it will be going up very soon. Sorry, it's hashtag Tim First Son. Okay, I'm going to agree with Mr. Captain Crispy. Bim, the manly man baby, shall be its name. Very well played, Mr. Crispy. All right, I believe that's going to do it for this live show. I hope you guys all have a very happy Thanksgiving, since we're not going to see you until after that. And, yeah, keep tabs on airsoftgi.com. There'll be a lot of crazy stuff going on there. I'm Bob the Axeman Hildebrand. This is
Daniel.
Excellent work. And this has been November 26, 2013's Airsoft GI Live Show. Thank you guys for stopping in. We'll see you soon.